Hi everyone, this video is going to be a little bit different to my usual videos, but I got given something for free and I'm going to just do a little video in association with it, and yeah. So there is a new up-and-coming website called Cinebuzz, and it's all about films, and it's got reviews, and it's got like lists, and it's got like updates on like upcoming films, things like that. And if you like movies, it's probably the website for you. I'm going to recommend it. And the person behind this website is someone very near and dear to me, and they were nice enough to send me a t-shirt that they designed, which it isn't actually a film t-shirt, but they do have a Pokemon and Guardians of the Galaxy mashup, which is their first actual t-shirt, and then I kind of just like inspired them to do this one. So let's have a look at it. If you like Pokemon and if you like James, I hope you get this reference. But yeah, it's the James Cool t-shirt, and it was nice that, one, he loved my love for this video, and two, he decided to make a t-shirt and send me it for free. Thank you. So yeah, and I'm going to link the t-shirt and I'm going to link the website at the bottom if you are interested in movies. And so anyways, cracking on. This is my top 10 favourite movies of all time. You know, people like list videos. Anyways, let's go on. Number 10. It's quite a new edition, and it's why it's so low down in the list. Because I haven't like fully fallen in love with it just yet. And that is Big Hero 6, which is a very recent Disney film. It is a superhero film, and it is based on a young boy named Hero and him struggling with the loss of a family member, and he ends up becoming part of a crew of heroes. I don't want to give too much away because, you know, people don't like spoilers, but Baymax is the reason I love this film so much. I just want to adopt him, even though he's a robot, and I just want to love him forever and give him lots of cuddles. But I do, and it's really funny as well. Like, we were just sat in the cinema absolutely laughing away, and then when I got it on DVD and watched it for the first time again, laughing away. It's a really fun, enjoyable film, and it's the best film that Disney have brought out in a few years. Like, forget Frozen. Big Hero 6. Next, speaking of recent Disney films that people looked over because Frozen came along, my favourite princess of all time, number 9, The Princess and the Frog. What? No one likes this movie, Vicky. I do. I adore this movie. I think Tiana is a fantastic princess. She is realistic and she is inspirational, and she reminded me a lot of myself, and I think that's why I like this movie so much. Tiana is just brilliant, and the songs in it are so catchy and fun, and that singing, girl, you on point. Her name's like Anika Rose. I'm sorry. Anyways, but she is a really good gospel singer, and she's the voice of Tiana. She's beautiful. Yeah, it's just such a fun film. As you can tell, this is a film about a girl named Tiana who kisses a frog prince. And things happen. Things get crazy and fun, and they're like lost, and they have to find their way back to everybody, and just, yes. Just Tiana, I love her so much. She's so hardworking. She works a million jobs to get by in life, and I did that myself. Yes, Princess and the Frog. Number 8 is probably the film that makes me just want to smush everything up inside. It's the cutest little film ever, and when people say they don't like it, it blows my mind, and that is Wally. What, Vicky? We're still on the Disney films? Don't worry, there's things other than Disney in this list. but this is Disney Pixar. But yeah, this is my favourite Pixar film as well of all time, and it's about a lovely little robot named Wally, who again I just want to adopt and love and keep forever. I just want robot children apparently. He is, as far as he knows, the last one left on Earth other than his cockroach friend, and he lives quite a lonely, secluded life obviously because it's just him, and he is supposed to clean up the Earth so that people can come back, and the people send a robot named Eve to come back to Earth to see if it is worth going back there, and chaos again ensues. I don't want to spoil these films, I feel like everyone should have seen them, but people are not going to have seen everything. So yes, Wally. Next on my list is number 6. Helps if you remember how numbers go. No, it isn't. It's number 7. Number 7 on this list is Muppet's Treasure Island. Yes, the greatest Muppets film ever. So quotable, best songs, just hilarious. I've watched it like a million times, still find it funny. Brilliant, just brilliant. It's Muppet perfection, and I adore the Muppets. Yes, Muppet's Treasure Island, just yes. Let's just listen to them songs. I absolutely love it. This is the Muppets telling the story of Treasure Island, following a young Jim Hawkins as he finds a treasure map and goes to find said treasure. Yes. I don't want to spoil these films. I know they've been out for a long time. This is the first one on this list, though, that's been a favourite film of mine since I was like a child, because this came out in the late 90s, I think it was. Brilliant. Just brilliant. Actual number 6 now, and this is the first film that is not associated with Disney or a child's film, and that is Rush Hour. What, Vicky? Where did this come from? I adore Rush Hour. It is the funniest film of all time. As you can probably tell from my list, I like films that make me laugh. But this is the funniest film of all time. It might not be my favourite because, you know, it's not exactly got heart, and it's not exactly the most meaningful story, and, you know, the characters are a bit one-dimensional, but it's just hilarious. You know, the relationship between I was going to say Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan then, that's not their character names, between Carter and Lee is just hilarious, and the fact that they just hate each other and then begin to love each other, just great in a bromance way. And this is the story of 2 cops, one is American and one is Chinese, who have to investigate into why a young girl was kidnapped and where she is, and it's comedy because they're not wanted by the which one is it? The CIA, the FBI, because they think they're idiots and they don't want them involved, and of course they are the heroes of this tale. Rush Hour. Yes. Number 5 is Pitch Perfect. Again, songs. I like films with songs as well. This is a theme. And it's not another Disney again. And this is the story of a girl named Becca who goes to college even though she doesn't really want to. She just wants to make music, but her dad wants her to go to college, and he will let her move away and go make music if she completes college. So she goes, and of course she meets the Bellas, who are a cappella singing group, and they want to win the championships. And of course she gets involved, and things happen, and it's funny, and it's a good film about like weird friendships, and about like how all the like freaks and misfits come together and do something brilliant and just have such a really nice friendship, and it's funny, and it's got songs in it. Yeah. Pitch Perfect. Woo. Number 4. Back to the Disney theme is this Disney film with my favourite Disney character of all time in, and that is Beauty and the Beast. My favourite Disney character of all time is the Beast. What, Vicky? Yes, I love him. Again, I feel for him. I just get it. I understand that he's a bit of a misfit, and yeah, he was awful as a human being. He was an awful prince before he got turned, but he's learnt his lesson and he's grown so much. And I just love the development of the Beast throughout the entire film, and that is why I like Beauty and the Beast so much. Also, it's funny, and it's got great songs, and it's got fun characters all around. And Belle's a pretty good princess, you know, she's probably like number 2 to Tiana. But yeah, Beauty and the Beast. This is the story of a beautiful girl who ends up living with a beast, and things happen. I think we all know the story of Beauty and the Beast. Number 3, the most quotable film of all time. I don't care what anyone says, this is the most quotable film of all time, and my favourite film that isn't aimed at children, and that is Mean Girls. Again, hilarious. Even some songs in there. And again, it's about misfits and growing up through school and crazy enough that happens, and just struggling with who you are. But it does it in such a funny way and such a quotable way that it's just amazing. And I actually made up a drinking game based on Mean Girls, and the rules are absolutely brutal. I can remember me, my friends just getting absolutely annihilated. I was actually supposed to DJ the night that I made the Mean Girls drinking game, and I got myself so drunk that the other DJ who I was on with had to do the entire night himself. And don't worry, that he was fine with that. He was cool. Don't worry, I didn't piss people off, and I did say I'm gonna play like this game, and I might not be 100%. But yeah, Mean Girls drinking game. It is deadly. And most quotable film of all time. You go, Glen Coco. Like, who hasn't heard You Go, Glen Coco? Who hasn't heard So Fetch? You know, all these things. Just Mean Girls. Number 2 is where we kind of go away from the funny and go into the heart of things. And this is one of the most sinister, in my eyes, Disney films of all time. Yeah, I love it. And it's my favourite Disney film of all time. And that is The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Yes, I adore this film. Not for the funny, though. I like this one. Again, it deals with outcasts, but it does it in such a dark way, and it's got one of the greatest villains of all time in it. Frollo is amazing. He is one sinister man, and I adore that. And Quasimodo, if the Beast didn't exist, Quasimodo would probably be my favourite Disney character of all time. Again, because he goes through such a beautiful story, and he comes into his own, and he realises he doesn't need the things that he thought he needed to be happy, and that he can be accepted, and it's just so beautiful. This is The Hunchback of Notre Dame is the story of a hunchback who lives in Notre Dame, and one day he meets a beautiful gypsy girl named Esmeralda, and she opens his eyes to the world around him, and that is all I'm going to tell you. But it's beautiful, and I love it, and God Help the Outcasts is my favourite Disney song of all time. I love it. Number 1, my favourite film of all time. Absolutely adore it. And it's like the only film I really like with this lead actor. People think this actor's like amazing, and I'm just like, in this film, yes. And that is Edward Scissorhands, Johnny Depp's finest hour in my eyes. I'm not really that much of a fan of a lot of the other things he's in, but yes, Edward Scissorhands is my favourite film of all time. Oh, I could probably like quote you the entire film. Like, I've sat and watched it and just spoke along with the entire film. When I first got it, I actually watched it like every single night for a couple of months. But I absolutely love it. Again, it's a beautiful film about an outcast who realises who he is and sees the world, and it's just so lovely. And it does have some funny moments in it as well, but it has a lot of heart to it. And this is the story of a man named Edward who has been secluded in a castle all his life, when a lovely little Avon lady comes to his castle and is so determined to sell some makeup that she finds him in there and brings him down to live with her and her family. And he realises that there are other people out there, and he is like taught what is right and wrong, but of course it doesn't quite go that way, and they try and incorporate him into their family, and hijinks again. Just watch it. It's such a beautiful film, and the soundtrack is beautiful. Like, they're not actual songs unless you count all the Tom Jones that's in there, but the actual instrumental soundtrack is absolutely beautiful, and I really love it. So yeah, those are my favourite films of all time. Thank you for watching, and see you later. Hope you check out Cinebuzz. Bye.